Right, so the first one is Under the Doctor with and all these phrases in one of the flashbacks. So basically, Under the Doctor, Barry Evans plays a Harley Street psychiatrist consultant, and the premise is that it's like three stories, three clients who have got various forms of sexual problems or inhibitions, whatever, and then it's he asks them the story, and there's like a flashback sequence, and the main protagonist is played by Barry Evans in the flashback. There's one featuring a posh bird who has one secret. There's like another one where she fantasizes about a fancy in Georgian times with jewels and stuff like that. I was a bit underwhelmed. For what I remember of it, it wasn't as good as I remembered. And I thought the middle story was a bit long-winded. So for me, Under the Doctor, I mean, it's not bad, it's not brilliant, so I would say a modest 5 out of 10, maybe 6 at a stretch. A new one that I've never seen called What's Up Nurse. Some right corkers in that. I think Graham Stark's in it. Well, that's not bad. He said it's 77 minutes long. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. A young doctor, he is on his way to a new post at this local hospital, which John LeMessurier is in charge. And on the train meets this corking blonde lass who has a problem, which is basically they go to have a bit of rumpy pumpy in the train toilets, and she has a problem where her muscles in her front door clamp on, so basically he's stuck in her, and they're cast out on a stretcher, and he managed to give some muscle relax. Eventually they do marry, but a few escapades where he ends up in a lot of bother. So I'll give that I would say a generous 7 out of 10. It's not brilliant, but it's a lot better than Under the Doctor, and that's What's Up Nurse. What's Up Super Doc? I don't know the man's name offhand, but you'll recognise him from an episode of Only Fools and Horses where that bent copper, is it Roy Summit, played by him from Bridget Jones, played her dad. He played that bent copper who come to try and stitch up Del Boy and that, and he was behind that diamond heist. When he comes back and because now Del Boy is set up with his ex, William. Well, the one where the one where the episode you might remember him from is the one where he's got him in interview room about some stolen microwaves, and they all when Grandad's in it, and they all give like different descriptions of the person who nicked the microwaves. So we've got a 5 foot, 7 foot Chinaman who's from India, who was Scottish, born in Birmingham, and then he goes to Delaware. Look, he gets an amnesty, doesn't he? If he fesses up the name of the person who nicked the microwaves, he'll be freed of any charges. Um, well, that cop with the moustache. I'm not sure if it's in that one where Roy gets his comeuppance. But that cop with the moustache was a bit meek. Yes, sir. No, sir. He plays a lead role of a man who's gets his end away and is brilliant, and he's regular donator of sperm and that. And this woman in charge of his clinic obviously likes him, but wants him to carry on donating because all of his children have been boys and they've all been geniuses. And then somebody, secretary, who humps him and they seduce him in the lift against his will, releases the news to the press with his picture, and he's on the run, and he has a few other encounters where people realise who he is, so they want him to be pregnant by him, so their next child will be a boy genius. Harry H. Corbett's in that, playing a supposedly retired army officer who is designed to keep an eye on him while he's holed up. That one I'll give a generous 6 out of 10. So they're not as fantastic as I last remembered them. Although I am going to watch, if you don't show up because you've been very quiet this week, The Amorous Milkman. Yeah, so they're nice to have. Maybe if I watch them again, I'll appreciate what I liked about them when I last saw them, maybe 1-2 decades ago. But watching them now, it's like, oh god, not as great as I thought they were. But there's some unknown titles that UK Rarities have, and this is like 2 films on 1 disc or 2 separate discs. The one called The Office Party starring Alan Lake, I'm interested in, but I'm holding back any future purchases at the moment. I'm hoping my new contacts on eBay will be able to find me the Upchat collection, which is the Upchat line with John Alderton and the Upchat connection with Robin Nedwell, released by Network in 2011. Since Network went tits up 2 years ago, they're becoming as rare as bloody gold. I mean, Doctor Down Under, which by Network 7 Australia, I found 3 listings. 2 in Australia with £18 to £20 posters and packaging, and this one that I won. Altogether £51. But it's proved a valuable contact for any stuff which is hard to find. Like, I'm after she'll follow you anywhere. a 1971 film with Richard Vernon, R.H. Corbett, not R.H. Corbett, but that, it's Kenneth Cope, and Keith Barron. I haven't seen that in decades. And he's hoping to find, I think he says he has a copy, but it's buried nuts deep somewhere in his collection, so I'm hoping he finds it. I haven't seen that in over 20 odd years. I mean, the plot behind that is, I don't think it'll be made now, but the plot behind that is Kenneth Cope and Keith Barron work at this perfume laboratory place where they put together new scents, and one night on the way home on the train, Kenneth Cope gets seduced full on by this lasso. I think whatever is in her mind, he is, her mind obviously is affected, it turns out, by one part of this perfume they're working on. One part of the ingredients had gone wrong, it had mutated, and it created an image in her mind of the perfect man who she would drop her pants for, give her the oof. And he tells, obviously, Keith Barron's character, he says, "You're joking, try that on way on, I tell you, there was somebody on there, it will register in their brain, and they'll see that a person that they would sexually destroy, because it just makes their inhibitions go, and it's just like they see the perfect specimen that they want to hump." And it happens. So they find this abandoned pillbox on an old World War II airfield on near a station on their way home, and they set up and they agree to take turns in trying this scent, and before they go to the boss, and then in the end the pillbox is under threat of being demolished. I think they get there too late, so the samples have been destroyed. So they tell the boss, and he goes, "What?" And he makes them try and make it again. Jeez, I mean, that won't be allowed now in the Me Too generation. So they go to town, but the problem is they identify the one of the ingredients which has gone wrong, but it's been sent back to the manufacturers, so they have to try and work out different formulas to see if it'll work, and it does, but it turns them gay, and then the wives turn up because they're getting suspicious of all this overtime, to find them kissing each other, because this scent that they've created, it has a similar effect but on men, not women. Oh, it's looking cool out here. I'll upload these.